I recognize JSOC only because of Netflix. I don't know, SEAL Team 6, all of those sorts of programs. So it takes your mind in a certain direction. But I think it was almost like the perfect example of that unconventional background being used in a conventional market, because I think you gave us some of those tangible links between what you used to do in the military and what you ended up doing for SaaStr. And you told me a story about how you absolutely smashed it out of the park with SaaStr. And, after that story you've just told us of sending 350 applications. So why did you do so well at SaaStr?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I think what I can attribute to is I was just myself. I think I've never read a sales book, even to today, ever in my life. I've never read a sales book. I've never studied a methodology or anything. I think I equate it back to really just being myself. Like, people always ask me, what sales methodology do you use? What do you read? What did you study? How can I be like this? And I always come back to them and I say, I use the Mike Wonder methodology. And they're like, well, that's useless. And I'm like, exactly. See, you don't want the hard answer, but the hard answer is you have to put in the hard work. And all I can say is, from the time that I got into the military to the time that I was in it, to the time I got out, back into sales, and to today, nobody's ever handed me this perfect thing on a platter and just been like, you deserve it, here you go. It's always been, he'll do the hard work, just give it to him and he'll figure it out. And I think that's this thing that I leveraged when I got into sales was, I know nothing. I'm like a baby, like a baby human who can't walk yet. I can't even crawl. I'm just trying to soak everything in the environment. And so that's what I did. I went back to what I know at my core, was I got on every single call that I could get on. I read every email that Jack had sent in the last 60, 90 days. And I looked at what was making him successful. What were the things that he was saying? What were the things that he was doing? What were the things that my teammates, the AEs, were saying? What were they, how were they getting people to get those aha moments in demos, or to make them realize the value that SaaStr could bring to them? And what I did was I took all those things, saved them kind of in my brain, because I don't like to take too many notes like that. And then my brain, I just kind of go through it, because that's what I had to do in the military. Was a lot of stuff is just mental processing for me. And when I did that, I found all right, there's a really cool way that I could articulate some of these things in email. And so I started to just email in a very non-conditional or conventional way. And what I found out was people enjoyed it. People liked to see a pattern interrupt inside their inbox. And I fell in love with the email game. It ended up booking me a ridiculous amount of meetings every month. I was booking anywhere between 25 to 35 C-suite level meetings a month. That was as eventually full cycle, but I had a over 1.1 or $1.2 million close in my first 90 days on the job, and I had a $1.5 million quota. And by the time I had left SaaStr, it had doubled I doubled my annual quota in 9 months. So, it worked, but I think I was really the short answer, and really the not easy answer is that I was just willing to put in the work.